Hello, fabulous Pisces. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of June 2015, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, we have got activity happening at some very key points in your chart. So we've got a full moon at the top of the month happening at the very top of your sky. And then we've got lots of activity and resolution happening at the very bottom of your sky as well. A very personal part, a part that represents home and foundations and family as well. So at the start of the month, we've got this full moon happening that in a part of the sky that speaks to career, life purpose, and direction. And it looks to me like you are securing some sort of opportunity. It might be that you thought that opportunity passed you by, you wanted something, you went for it, it didn't work out. Maybe you will go into an interview situation and think you bombed it. Or maybe you think that there's a boss who doesn't like you very much. All of that is going to switch around very much to your delight. And it looks like things progress in a really positive front. So if you really did bomb that interview and you don't get that job, you are going to be like, wow, I can't believe I was going for that. I didn't want that job anyways. This is what I really want to do. And you'll find a sense of success very quickly, a sense of completion, a sense of really moving your life in a direction that feels much more empowered to you. But if you really did want that job and it really was something that you felt you were qualified for and you were ready for, and you're being really hard on yourself about the interview situation, about did you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, to the wrong boss, don't worry about it. Things will come together in a way that delights you, that even exceeds your expectations at that. It is a really good time to do an interview. It's also a great time to not be hard on yourself as you go into that interview, because chances are you won't be perceiving it as accurately and the results seem to be much more favorable than you anticipate. One other way that this can work out for those of you who are, seeking advancement, one other way that this can work out is that you end up getting like 2 interviews or 3 interviews. The job you really want, you don't get, but the job that you didn't think you wanted, you get, and it ends up being way better than you actually thought it was. Keep in mind that as we start the month, we are operating under Mercury retrograde right until June the 10th. Given that we're operating under a Mercury retrograde, it does suggest to me that there is going to be a lot of value for you in not second-guessing yourself and knowing that sometimes things are not what you perceive them to be, that other people have their own perceptions, and that sometimes that can work very much to your advantage. The most important thing is to strive to say and be and do who you honestly feel yourself to be. And what I mean by that is you don't want to promise the sun and the moon when you only have access to a pocket full of stars, right? But a pocket full of stars might be more than enough to do what it is that you desire to do. Now, others of you are going to experience this a little bit differently. If you're not so, much on the career track, this is going to work out much more about you understanding your life purpose. So it becomes a little bit more elevated in that sense, and it becomes more about you understanding your direction and what it is that you still want to do, have to do, what you want to achieve. And this can be a time that feels like an important achievement is reached, an important achievement is met as well. So that should really inspire you and lift you up and help you to feel like you are grasping what it is that you desire most. Now, and what it is that you desire, what I mean by that is you've set a goal for yourself. You have a sense of direction. You have that sense of clarity. And this is a time of accomplishment. So what you desire has to do ultimately with the attainment of a goal. And that is what is the overall riding theme of this particular full moon. It has to do with success. It has to do with meeting goals. It has to do with you feeling like you are living with a sense of mission and purpose and clarity in your direction. And this also just has to do with impressing people who are in some way you look up to. These are people you look up to and you some way are making the right impression and feeling a sense of approval from them as well. Once we get to the middle of the month, as I said, matters of home and family and the past and your foundation start to get your attention. So, in a very literal level, this could be your family of origin, particularly your parents, needing your presence, okay? So that very much may come up. If there have been any questions floating around regarding parents, this is when you find the right answers, you find the resolutions you need. If there has been, now also this has to do with not only that, but as I said, home on a literal level. So this is the chance to begin again in matters of home. With Mercury having been gone retrograde in this part of the sky, that tends to be about repairs. It tends to be about things needing to be renovated as well. This is when you feel like, okay, let's begin. Let's do something strong and clear and right. If you have been going through a process of renovations, this helps you feel like, okay, that's done. Now you're in a new chapter, in a new space, in a new home even for some of you out there, where you may be feeling inspired to actually make a move as well. This month, what we also have playing out in this part of the sky has to do with you understanding the ground on which you stand. What makes your life strong? What makes you feel that you are solidly placed in the world? What makes you feel safe within? Well, you've had this period of experimentation thanks to Mercury retrograde. Now you get much clearer on just what that is and what it is that you can give to yourself to give yourself that feeling of home as well, allowing you to feel like you can do that much more in the world. What I love about this month for you is that it gets to these really core elements of life. It helps you feel a sense of real achievement and movement and progress in your life, but also this month takes you leaps and bounds forward to feeling genuinely safe in the world. And you will find with that sense of safety, you're able to walk in the world with that much more strength and clarity into who you are. And with that, you're that much more able to feel like the success that you are.